press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello everyone, welcome back to social science class. In the last period we have discussed the which dates are very important. Then other back we have discussed the when was ruler crowned, when he had child, when he had married. These are all were discussed in the last class. Next we have discussed the which dates are very important. The Governor General, how many Governor Generals who came to India and who ruled over the India. There are important so many Governor Generals and Viceroys who came to India. The Lord Canning, Dalhousie, Warren Hastings was the first Governor General of India. Lord Warren Hastings was the last Governor General of India. Lord Mountbatten. These are all were discussed in the last class. In this session, we are going to discuss continue part of yesterday class. Can we not write about the history of this period in a different way? How do we focus on the activities of different groups and classes in Indian society within the format of Indian history of the Governor General? When we write history or a story, we divide into each chapters. When we write, for example, when we write history, we divide each chapters. Why do we do this? For an example, the first chapter is Advent of Europeans to India. Advent of Europeans to India. Yeah. Second, the extension of British rule. The extension of British rule. The extension of British rule. Next to the impact of British rule. The impact of British rule. Next we will have to discuss the freedom movement. Freedom movement. Like this, we have divided each chapters. Why do we do this? It is to give each chapter some important coherence, which means the extension of British rule, some coherence, and it is tell a story in the way that makes some sense and can be followed. Every lesson as a important. The advent of hero, some coherence, which means every lesson as a important, every divide as a important. Advent of Europeans to India, this is one of the important chapter which tells their importance, and the extension of British rule in India, which tells how did the British extend their empire all over the India by using of wars and negotiation methods. And next, the impact of British rule in India. This lesson which tells what were the impacts which were done by the British rule in India, and this so many freedom fighters, the Indian freedom fighters who protest against the British in order to gain the independence from India. Every lesson coherence, which means every lesson as importance. Freedom movement, there are number of freedom fighters who fought against the British. This can be followed in some process. We focus only on those events that help us to give shape to the story what we are telling. Shape us to story what we are telling. We cannot mix all these chapters. We have to divide each chapters. The first, Advent of Europeans India, which tells how did the British come to India. Second, this is also one coherence which tells how did British extend their empire over the India. And next, third one coherence is whatever the impacts of British rule in India. What were the impacts? The English education system introduced, and next, land revenue taxes were introduced, transport system was introduced, constitution came into existence. There are number of acts were introduced by the British rule. This chapter currents is the impact of British rule. What were the impacts which were made by British rule in India? And next, freedom movement. This is also, it has a currents, it has a some sense, can be followed. In this process we focus only those on events. Freedom movement that focus only for who are the freedom fighters. There are three types of freedom fighters. The first one is radicals, and next one is extremers, next one is revolutionaries, Bhagat Singh, and next era of Gandhi. These are all the freedom fighters. They are coming in this chapter, not in this chapter. Each of chapter we have to divide the chapter. Why do we do this? It is give each chapter some coherence. It is to tell shape of the story. It is to tell a story in a way that makes some sense can be followed. In this process we focus only story, what we are telling, some sense, what we are telling. The advent of Europeans. Who are the Europeans who came to India? Similarly, in the Hindu's history, we have divided. This is Mauryan history. Mauryan history, which tells only for Maurya Empire, their contribution, their art and architecture, and their literature, their administration, their social system, their religious system. We cannot mix Vardhana dynasty into Maurya's empire. Why? Because Vardhana dynasty has an importance. Their lifestyle change, their contribution are changes. Therefore, we cannot mix every chapter into another chapter. We have to divide the chapter. In the process we focus story, what we are telling. In the histories that revolve around the British historians, they revolve around the life of the each governor. Means Dalhousie, next Lord Wellesley, and next Ripon and Lytton. These are all who came to India. Lord Wellesley, the British historians, what they made, the stories that revolve around the life of each governor generals, around the life of each governor generals, and the activities of Indians simply do not fit. The activities, whatever the activities were done by Indians cannot fit in this, means governor general life. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮದನ್ನು ಹಾಕೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. Clearly we need another format of history, for our history. This would mean that old dates will no longer have the significance. Old dates means the historians revolve around of life of the governor generals. This date there is no significance, means there is no importance for a longer period of time. The earlier add, whatever they earlier add, this would mean the old dates will no longer have the significance they earlier add. New set of dates, a new set. Then when we move to forward, new set of dates will come into existence, will become more important for us to know. New dates will come. This is no important when it has earlier add. Okay, next, how do we periodize? Did you understand? How do we periodize? How do we periodize? In 1817, James Mill. Who was James Mill? James Mill is Scottish economist and political philosopher. Scottish, which means Scottish is one of the country which is located in UK, which is the part of UK government. James Mill, when he wrote one massive 3 volumes, he philosopher published a massive 3 volumes of book. The book name is A History of the British in India. A History of British in the History of the British in India. Who wrote the history of the British in India? The History of British in India, which was written by James Mill. Who was James Mill? James Mill was the Scottish. James Mill was the Scottish economist and philosopher. He wrote one book. The book name is A History of British in India. A History of British in India. A massive 3-volume book. In this divided Indian history into 3 parts. He divided in this book. Who divided? James Mill divided A History of India into 3 parts. The first one is Hindu's history. Second one, Muslim history. Third one is the British history. The British history. According to James Mill, in a history of history of British in India, he had divided 3 parts. In Indian history, he had divided 3 parts. The first one is Hindu history, Muslim history, and the British history. This periodication came to widely accepted. Can you think of any problem with this way? Looking at Indian history? Can you think, guys? Students, you can think. He has divided Indian history, Hindu's history, Muslim history, the British history. From where to where? From before era to BCE to 11th century. 11th century, it was called as Indus, which means ancient type of history. And next, 11 to 16th century, it was called as Muslim history. 16th to 1947, it was called as the British history. Why did he do this? Because the ancient India, which was ruled by most of Hindus kings. And next, even though Muslims were there, but in medieval period, the dominant were Muslims. Therefore, he divided medieval India, it is called as Muslim history. And next, when the British came to India, the modern history was called as the British history, which was divided by James Mill, who was James Mill, Scottish economist, who wrote A History of British in India. James Mill wrote A History of British in India. According to him, there are 3 types of history can be classified into 3 types: Hindu's history, Muslim history, the British history. Can we agree this point? No, we cannot agree. Why? This periodication of Indian history that James, however, periodication India history on the basis of the periodication of Indian history on the basis of religious, that not correct, that is not good. Why? There were Hindus who ruled over India, also Muslims were there. They were coexisted. There were religious intolerance. Muslims also were there. When the Muslims they were ruled over India, Hindus were there. When the British were ruled over India, Hindus were there and also Muslims were there. Therefore, based on religion, the Indian history have divided into 3 types based on religion. That is not correct, because the many reasons different religions coexisted. different religious coexistence in the different rulers. That's why this is not. Why do we try divide history into different threads? We do so on attempt a capture. Why do we try and divide history into different threads? Why do we do this? Why do we divide history into Hindus, Muslim, and next to the British? Why do we do this? We do so on in an attempt to capture the characteristics of time, it is central features as they appear us to know. For example, Hindus, next Muslims, next the British history. Like this, we have divided Indian history. We do so on an attempt to capture the characteristics of a time. Capture the characteristics of time. What were there in Indian society? What were there? What were the characteristics of medieval Indian society? What were the characteristics of British Indian society? We have to capture Hindu society. When Hindus ruler who ruled over the India, there are superstitions were there. Superstitions were there, and next to there are number of activities were there, and there are kings who ruled over the India, and also he conquered many states. These are all this particular of time. In term of time, we have to study in the Hindu history, and when we study the Muslim history, we have to study only for Muslim rulers their administrative system, and these characteristics of time as a central features as they appear us to know. These characteristics of time, what were the characteristics of Hindu history, Muslims history, and the British history. These characteristics of time as the main features appear us to know. As the main feature appear us to know. For example, Hindus, there were superstitions only for Hindu rulers, and some of the other rulers were there. And Muslim history, when you study the Muslim history, there were such Parda system came into existence. When we come to the British history, only for trade and commerce, relationship between and trade, commerce, and next wars, these are all you can study in the British rule. Therefore, the difference between periods, the central features as appear as to us. So, the terms through which we periodize, that is demarcate. When we periodize means we have to divide like this. Every period is demarcate. For an example, some terms through which we periodize, that is demarcate, different between periods become important. Different between demarcate. Hindu history BCE to 12th century, and next 11th century to 16th century, and next 16th century to 20th century. This is called British history. Every divide part periods become very important for us, and therefore our ideas about the past. Therefore, what is the idea of present? What is the idea of present? What was the idea of past? They reflect us know. Ideas about the past. They show how we see the significance of change from one period to the next. What were the changes were happened from ancient to British? From Hindus to British. There are superstitions over there. There are superstitions have become declined. These are all things. Significance of the change from one period to the next. This is very important. Okay. Next, Mill thought all Indian societies. James Mill, he thought All Asian societies were at a lower level of civilization than Europe. The Indians were very lowest level of civilization than Europe. Why did he tell this? Why did he statement which was given by James Mill? Because according to his telling of history, before the British came to India, you may ask the question, when did the British come to India? 1600, the Queen Elizabeth issued a royal permission to trade with Eastern countries for 15 years for East India Company. 1600 British came to India. Before came to India, the Hindus and Muslims despot ruled the country. The India was ruled by despots, means Nirankusha antandre, means dictator rulers. They did not take care about the people. India was ruled by, means before the British came to India, India was ruled by there are number of Hindu kings and Muslim kings. For an example, Maurya Empire, Mughal Empire, Delhi Sultans, Muhammad Ghazni, Muhammad Ghori, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Ibrahim Lodi, Babur. These are all the despotic rulers who ruled over the country. They were religious intolerance. Religious intolerance. Next, caste taboos. And superstitions practiced. Superstitions practices dominated. What were the problems of when the British who came to India? According to James Mill, there were kings, religious intolerance. The people, before the British came to India, Aurangzeb. Who was Aurangzeb? Aurangzeb was the last most famous king of Mughal Empire in India. He was religious intolerance. He always hated the Hindu religion. But Akbar was the religious tolerance. He loved all the religion. That's why he established a new religion that is called Deen-e-Ilahi. And next, religious intolerance. What were the problems? Point number 1, religious intolerance. And next one is caste taboos. The ancient India, in India, the caste system was there. According to Vedas, there were 4 castes: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Like this, there was a caste system. There were many superstitions. The caste system, it is one of the heinous activity which was practiced in the in the ancient time of India. And next, caste system, the people of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Shudra is the very lowest people. Brahmana is the highest people. The Shudras were exploited by Brahmans people. This is the caste taboos. And next, superstitions practiced dominated. Superstition, which means idol worship, sati system, parda system, and next, child marriage. These are all the superstitions which was dominated before British came to India. What were the problems before the British came to India? The point number 1, religious intolerance, caste taboos, superstition practiced dominated. These are all the problems that could be seen in the ancient India. British rule. Next, the British rule, Millfield. According to James Millfield, when the British rule, when they came to India, Millfield could civilize India, to do this is it was necessary to introduce European manners. Mill felt that all the Indians were very lowest than Europeans. This is one of the questions. All the Indians were very lower than the Europeans. Why? Because the Indians were caste taboos, superstitions were dominated, and next religious intolerance. And next, could civilize India? This type of India could be civilized. To do this, it was necessary. Why it was necessary? To introduce European manners. Because why was it necessary? Because the Hindus they dominated superstitions, caste taboos, religious intolerance. In order to upliftment of the Indians people, the European manner, the British rule, it is very important. He is telling about the importance of British rule in India. The first European manners, which are the European manners? The first arts, European manners like, and next European manners, next arts, next institutions, next laws in India. European manners means European dress style, European talking style, European, these are all the which will be implemented in India according to James Mill. Why? And arts means their arts he imposed on Indians. Institutions such as like today we can see the parliament and next court. These are all the style of which was borrowed from British. And next laws in India, IPC penal code. These are all the laws. The constitution which was made up by Ambedkar, he borrowed some of the equality, fraternity, freedom. He borrowed from Europeans. And in fact suggests that the British should conquer all the territories to India, in India to ensure the enlightenment and happiness. The British should conquer all the territories of India to ensure the enlightenment. Ensure the enlightenment means light. Why? Because Indians before the British came to India were full darkness, religious, because India they were dominated of religious intolerance, caste taboos, and next superstitions were practiced. Therefore, the British rule was very important. The British rule was needed to ensure the enlightenment and happiness of the Indian people. For India was not capable to progress without the help of British. India was not capable without the help of British. Why? Because India always, their rulers, they ruled their selfishness. They did not take care about the people. They did not take care about the development of country. They have done only for themselves. Therefore, the British administration is telling about the importance of British administration. And next, in this idea of history, British rule represent all the forces of progress and civilization. This period before the British rule was one of darkness. The idea of the British rule represented all the forces of progress and civilization. The period before the British rule was one of the darkness. When the British came to India 1600, before the British period was darkness. Why? Because it was fully exploited lowest class of people. There was a caste system. Lowest class of people, they were exploited by higher class of people. There was a caste system, religious system, and intolerance, and many superstitions were dominated in the when the before British came to India. Therefore, the period of British rule was one of the darkness. Can such a conception be accepted today? In any case, can we refer any period of history, Hindu or Muslim? We can refer. Can we refer to any period of history as Hindu or Muslim? Means this is Indian history. This is Muslim history. Can we refer this? Can we refer this? We cannot. Did not a variety of faiths exist simultaneously in this period? Did not a variety of faiths means did not variety of faiths simultaneously in these periods means when the Hindu rules who ruled ruling over the India, and also in this kingdom Muslims were there. Muslims faiths were there. Variety of faiths, understand students, understand, you have to understand variety of faiths exist simultaneously means together variety of faiths. When the Hindus ruler who were ruling over the India, the Muslims also came into existence. For example, when the Gangas who ruled over the Karnataka, Muslims also were there. When the Babar who ruled over the India, the Hindus also were there. And also their faiths also very important. Simultaneously in these periods, why should we characterize an age only? We do not characterize. We should not characterize. Why? Because why should we not characterize an age only? Why should we not characterize an age only? Because why did not variety of faiths exist together? Variety of faiths exist together. When Hindus were ruling over the India, Muslims also were there. Their faiths, their practices, their activities were there. When the Muslims were there, the Hindus also were there. Their activities also were there. Practices, worships also were there. Therefore, we should not be characterize an age only. Through the religions of rulers of the time, to do is to suggest that beliefs and practices of others do not really matter. Note, when we study the first Hindus ruler who studied religion of the rulers of the time, to do so is to suggest that beliefs and practice of the others do not matter. When we study like this, when we divide like this, Hindus, Muslims and the British, that leaves is to suggest the beliefs and practice of others do not matter. When we study like this, other rulers' beliefs and practice. Example, Hindus. When we study like this, Hindus, Muslims, British. Hindus' practices were there, activities were there, and next to their worships also were there. Other rulers also were there. When we study like this, we do not study like this because other rulers also were there under the control of Muslims, were under the control of Hindus. Suggest that beliefs and practice of others do not really matter. We should also remember that even rulers in ancient India did not all share the same faith. We should also remember even rulers, Hindus, when Hindus were ruled over the India, Other rulers also we have to remember. His contributions also important. His activities also important. His ruling also very important. Therefore, we do not study like this. Hindus, Muslims and British. And rulers in ancient India did not all share the same faith. Did not all share same faith. Every faith had different. Hindus had different faith in the Hindus history. Means ancient history. Hindus faith had different. Hindus, the faith of Hindu were different. The faith of Muslim were different. In Muslim era, the faith of Muslim were different. The faith of Hindus were different. The faith of the British were different. Similar. Therefore, even rulers in ancient India did not share the same faith. Moving away from this is next. Moving away from the British classification, historians have usually divided in the Indian history. The British historians, another historians, they divided Indian history, ancient Indian history, next medieval Indian history, next modern Indian history. According to usually moving away from the British classification. From British had divided the Scottish, James Mill and history of book in India. He divided Indian history as Hindus, Muslims and the British. We have moving from British classification. We have to come another historians also have divided Indian history. Like Indian historians, they have divided Indian history into ancient, medieval and modern history. Ancient, medieval and modern history. This division too has its problem. This is also has a problem. It is periodification that is borrowed from the West. This periodification, it is borrowed from the West, means it has brought from West. Ancient, which means Hindus, next medieval, which means Muslims again, and next modern, which means British. This is also two problem. Borrowed from West, where the modern period was associated with the growth of all the forces of modernity. The modern Indian history borrowed from the West, which means this is total world. This is called North, South, East, West, East. These countries are called Europe and England, next America, Europe. These countries are called as Western countries. It is the modern India period was associated with the growth of all the forces of modernity. Science. In the modern Indian history, science were developed and next reason, democracy. Reason, democracy and liberty and equality. Liberty and equality. West, where the modern period was associated with the growth of all the forces of modernity. Science. In the modern history, we can see science. Science was developed in the modern history, not in the medieval history. And the reasons, the people, they have to ask questions. They have risen their questions. And next, democracy, liberty and equality. These things were borrowed from French Revolution. Democracy, liberty and fraternity. These things were borrowed from West, which means France, which is situated in the Europe. These are all the things which were borrowed from French Revolution. And equality, medieval was termed used to describe a society where these features of modern society did not exist. Medieval was a term used to describe a society where these features of modern society did not exist. These features of modern society did not exist. Can we uncritically accept this characterization of the modern period to describe the period of our study? Medieval was term used to describe a society where these features of modern society did not exist. Nodri, here you can understand. In the medieval, we can study, when we study the medieval Indian history, these features of modern history, which means, what are the features of modern history? Science, there was a science, reason, democracy, liberty and equality. These features could not be seen in the medieval Indian history. What are the main characteristics? Science, reason, democracy. There was no democracy in the medieval period. All the rulers were despotic rulers who ruled dictatorly. There was no democracy, there was no liberty, there was no equality. There was no equality in a term used to describe the society where these features of modern Indian society did not exist in the medieval Indian society. Can we uncritically accept this characterization? Uncritically accept this characterization on the modern period to describe the period of our study. As you will see in this book, under British rule people did not have equality. And also when we study the modern history also, under the British rule, we did not have equality, freedom and fraternity, liberty, nor was the period of one of the economic growth and progress. This is not also period one of the economic growth and progress. This period was not economic progress. Why? Because the British, all they made, whatever they needed raw materials for their to run the industries in England. They implemented transport system because they wanted to transport their raw materials, carry from one place to another place. Therefore, they implemented transport system. Whatever they made, whatever which was made by British for themselves only. It is not the economic progress of India. Dadabhai Naoroji, he told that the British, all the wealth of India were looted from India to British. There was no economic growth and progress. Many historians therefore refer to this period as a colonial. What is, when we study the colonial, what is colonial? Colonial is a place. Colonial which means another country, one country rule another country for economic interest. Colonial which means economic interest. Therefore, the British came to India. What we have studied in this class, we have studied according to James Mill. He has divided Indian history 3 parts: the Hindus, Muslims and next the British. And next there is a problem with the study of James Mill dividation. The problem is the ancient history also, when the Hindus histories, when we study the Hindus history, there was a Muslims also were there. The kings were coexisted studies. That's why this dividation, it is not good for the study. And next, other historians, Indian histories have divided Indian history, ancient, medieval and the modern. Thank you.